Greetings! Welcome to the devlog for update 68 of Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, and Hand Grenades. We're going to start off as always with a quick sound check. Make sure speakers aren't up too high. Wonderful. So what have we got for you this week? Well, first off, I'll start by apologizing for any audio weirdness you might be hearing. I am still getting my new sort of dev and recording setup working, and I'm running into some funny bugs. That means that I have to use the webcam mic entirely today. So I'm going to try to face this direction because the mic's over there relative to where I'm standing. But if I forget for a moment at any point, please excuse me. Anywho, what do we got for this week? Well, we finally have our modern melee functionality on all of our prior existing weapons. So these can now stab like knives. Things like the pickaxe can now actually lodge in things. And all of our medieval weapons are now in the item spawner and ready to use wherever you please. So let's get ourselves... Ooh, this one's going to be special. We'll save this one for last, but we'll go ahead and put it up there. Ooh. Grab our farm tools here. Perfect. Oh, and also I decided, just because they're on the same texture canvas as some of the daggers that were already in here, added a few long swords, because why not? Oh, and one last change. Basically, any of our throwables, like these throwing daggers and the pylums, I've temporarily switched these to be hold to grab, so that they are easier to throw. So remember, these can be spawn locked, like so. All right, let's head over here. You are annoying in my quick belt slot. So let's try this out. So yeah, so screwdriver. Ah! So these now work just as though they were knives. They do a little bit less damage. Whap. Like so. Remember, you can cycle the poses even with the screwdriver if you want. Not that it helps that much. Our farm tools are now more effective. Let's see if we can actually get it to stab in. Come on. There we go.
Darn it!
There we go. The sickle goes in. I'm still having trouble with the hand rake. There we go. Now it's lodged in.
Yeah.
Whack. Get off me. So, still tuning a few of them. That's what happens when you apply configuration settings to like 30 weapons in a week. There you go. Beautiful. And our pickaxe. Let's see if we can lodge with this. Come on. There we go. I personally love the lodging because it really helps with being able to throw them around.
I'm up to my neck
like
with this.
So. Wonderful. I will never get sick throwing these knives. Oh, come on. There we go. And of course, and I know this is a meme thanks to another game, we have a throwable shovel. So the shovel now has stabbing functionality. So we can go into, we got like so.
Oh goodness.
Get off. And you can throw them, which officially makes this the most fun throwable in the game. Whack. They work just like the pylons do. So yeah, let me know let's come back over here. Let me know if any of these glitch out or behave how they shouldn't for you. As I said, I'm still in the process of fully tuning them. I didn't get a ton of playtesting time, given just how many of them there are, but they should be properly configured for all of the new functionality. I know I still need to fix this whole like it sticks out in front of me thing. That'll be fixed in the next update. That's another thing I need to go through and repose all of these manually. Let's try one of these out real quick, just to make sure behaves as advertised. Oh.
Zowie.
There we go. Huh.
Burn it.
Not severing as much as it should. I might have to retune the damage on that. Seems to be whacking more than severing. Yep. I will fix that before pushing the update tonight.
Oh, darn it.
Whack. Cool. Anywho, let's jump out of VR quickly, and I will talk about what is different about this update and what I'm going to be doing with the next couple updates, basically to try to just get the game running and loading a little more smoothly and cleanly. Yo! Whoa, more changes! I'm sitting in a different part of the room than I used to. That's right, I have shifted down on my desk as this is all being worked on a new computer that I actually got some months ago and didn't end up configuring because it would have been too difficult to switch over my build machine and my entire workflow to a new machine in the middle of holiday madness. So, and I'm just a procrastinator. And so everything here is in terms of my dev setup is new. You can see we're using the Vive Pro finally because I actually have a rig that can drive it while in the Unity editor without it being nauseating, because you suffer a huge performance penalty when running in the editor. But yeah, and just this absolutely sweet setup. It's a super fast Falcon Northwest machine. I'm just over the moon happy with it, except for this hilarious bug that is one of the reasons why this devlog is a little discombobulated and why I look a little stressed, is for some reason my Vive Pro's microphone is recording me as a chipmunk, really high pitched. I managed to fix it momentarily, and then the moment I went to actually record something, it broke again. So I have no idea what's going on. Hopefully by next week I won't have to use this while I'm in VR. I may just like not rely on that at all and just get like an attachable mic of another kind, just to sidestep the issue of wonky HTC drivers. So anywho, in terms of the game, this is a fairly large download update because I once again did a sort of cleanup and optimization pass on texture usage, making sure that asset bundles weren't grabbing files that shouldn't be in that bundle as references in. So once again, the entire size of the game should go down on disk a little bit because I basically just culled out a bunch of stuff that was either set to the incorrect texture size or was getting included when it shouldn't. So especially those of you who are like right on the edge in terms of amount of RAM, this should load a little better, as well as and I broke a bunch of the sort of melee weapon bundles up into smaller bundles so that they can be accessed and loaded from a little more efficiently during the game. In terms of the longer term plan, what I would like to do, because right now obviously I'm sort of stuck near a ceiling of problems occurring in terms of the primary firearm bundle in the game. In that if I add much more, the game will just start crashing all the time for folks with 8 gigs of RAM because of the way that Unity unpacking bundles works. I can't just split them all apart at the moment because they all cross-reference each other due to shared assets, or I would just end up duplicating those files and the game would actually take up more space in RAM. And so one of the things that I'm going to be doing in parallel with more fun things is basically abstracting a bunch of the connections between firearms and some of their assets, like their muzzle effects, their sound profiles, and things like that, so they can live separately and be loaded independently by the game without duplicating a bunch of stuff in RAM. So, but what that's also going to allow me to do is add some new functionality. Like I've been asked in the past a bunch, can we have like muzzle brakes and things like that on guns? And I haven't been able to do that because the muzzle effects for a gun are sort of baked into the firearm at the moment instead of just an abstracted thing. Whereas what I'd like to do is rebuild that system so that I can just be like, this has the like hexagonal shape, or this has smoke goes to the side shape, and some sort of notion of size of that effect, so that way you can screw different muzzle devices onto the front of most firearms and the effect will look relatively correct for that attachment. So yeah. So those are the current working plans. As you can hear in my voice, I'm finally no longer sick. I've got a little residual chest stuff, but otherwise finally doing better as of like yesterday. It has been exhausting. But yeah, back in the command seat, new computer, new setup. I am ready for 2019 and making more cool stuff. I hope you all enjoy the melee weapons now all functioning as they should. It should definitely make playing Rotwieners a little more fun as well, now that a bunch of those more idiosyncratic melee weapons actually have their functionality. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you run into any problems. I'm still getting, after being off from this for almost a month, I'm still getting my legs beneath me again and getting back into rhythm. So thanks for your patience, and I will see you all next week. Peace.